So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We're going to talk about that superstar, world-class midfielder that we can attract whilst being in the Champions League. Douglas Luiz. Everybody excited? I would say be excited. Anyway, hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. As you can see, I'm in a full sarcastic mode today. Make sure you are smashing the like button up, people. That always helps. Big up to everybody who's watched the videos this week. Make sure you are sharing the content around, and make sure you are sticking a like on the video as well as subscribing. Gained quite a few subs yesterday, so we're very close to the 85k. Make sure you check out the video on the other channel, the second channel, Lee Reacts, link in the description, about Vardial. Here we go, Fabrizio tweeted. Now all of a sudden, it's not a here we go. So yeah, go and check that story out on my other channel and get that channel up to 19k. That'd be great. But obviously we was in for Douglas Luiz last summer, and we didn't get him. That was just hilarious to watch on deadline day, as we bid 23 million and it swiftly got rejected. We then went back with 24 million, swiftly got rejected, and we threw one final offer in, $25 million cash. Cash, and that was rejected, and we didn't bother going back in for him in January, but now we're linked to him after being linked to Kimmich yesterday. This feels like a lot of a downgrade. But I do actually think there's some truth to this story, because we have done 200 million quid already. I don't see us going out and buying another 50, 60, 70 million quid player this summer, and we do need other players in the squad. We do need another central midfielder. We do need a striker, in my opinion, potentially a right winger as well. But this is a cheap and cheerful deal. Is better than Sambi Lokonga, who I do think will leave the club. So we've upgraded if this deal happens and we get rid of Sambi. But I want players at this club that are all fighting for that first team spot. This guy is not good enough to get in that first team over Declan Rice or Thomas Partey. So what is it? Just sit him on the bench. Then when we have a couple of injuries, he plays. Or, oh, we can't throw him into European games this year because we're in the Champions League and we have to actually play our best team instead of throwing the cups in the bin. So I do think this deal will happen if we are actually going to, if we put a bid in for him and start the bidding process. I do think at some point we will get him in this window. But again, there's so much BS stories doing the rounds. It's hard to understand which ones are true and which ones ain't. The only reason I think this has got a bit of truth in it is the fact that we have bid 3 times for him before, and we do need another midfielder. So instead of going out and doing 70 on a proper one, we're going to go and do a cheap and cheerful one. So then we'll have Jorginho and Douglas Luiz as backups for Declan Rice and Thomas Partey. I mean, is that a good enough midfield to take us through the season? I'm not too sure, because we should, and I mean this as well, we should be fighting on all 4 fronts this year. I don't want to see no BS about, oh, we've got bigger fish to fry and all that crap. Yeah, let's go out there and actually win stuff this season. It's time to deliver. Is Douglas Luiz going to help us deliver a big trophy? Don't know. Maybe. But at the end of the day, when there's other players out there like Caicedo, potentially Kimmich, go and sign them. It's not like we're skint. Like, literally, it's not like we've got no money. Arsenal have got absolutely caked in money. Yeah, and again, all the PR that comes about, oh, they've spent this much money, so now they've got to get rid of players before they can buy players. Absolute rubbish. Yeah, Arsenal got loads of money. They always have. They're just tight. Yeah, they don't want to spend it. And we've always been 1 or 2 players away from being great. Yeah, I don't want Douglas Luiz. Yeah, I don't want him. He ain't good enough. Yes, he's an upgrade on Sambi Lokonga, but so's a baby giraffe. Let's just be real with it. He's not very good. So we should be actively out there bidding for the likes of Caicedo, for the likes of Kimmich, even Onana at Everton, miles better than this guy. So, but let's be real. The guy's Brazilian. We love a Brazilian at Arsenal. Edu can get the deal done because he's got Brazilian contacts. He's probably going to have a barbecue at his house and invite him round. Oh, here you go. Have a Brazilian burger. It's just, for me, not good enough. Like, listen, we've started off this transfer window so well. You know, we've got our first 3 players in. That's great. Do not be stopping and sitting back thinking that's it. We've done it. and we'll go and get a couple of cheap little squad fillers. Because what will happen is everyone will get gassed and go, well, he's not a main signing, he's a squad filler. It's for squad depth. Cool. That's great. But I want players that can push to get in the first team week in, week out. He ain't better than Partey, and he ain't better than Declan Rice. So why are we bothering? Would he get in Man City's team? No. Well, there you go then. That's the team we're trying to catch. So for me, go and buy Caicedo. I don't see no squad fillers. For 6 years, all I've been told is that you need Champions League to attract world-class players. How many world-class players have we signed? None. Is Douglas Luiz world-class? No. Well, there you go then. So is it a myth that you can sign world-class players? I've got an audience here, by the way. Say hello, Jay.
No.
You didn't say hello, Jay. But, yeah, it's kind of mad. And for me, I don't know, man. But this transfer window is going to frustrate me by the end of it. I can see it because we're going to be sat there, and come January, it's going to be, oh, but we got a thin squad, and everyone's going to get onto me when I rate this window lower than they do because I know what's coming down the road. Last summer, everyone was crying that I rated it a 4 out of 10. Oh, just be happy. Just be happy. We're top of the league. Just be happy. All of a sudden, it gets to Christmas and everyone's going, well, we've got a thin squad. Oh, why was you all rating the window a 9 out of 10 in the summer then? You know, because we didn't do enough to get that squad thick instead of thin. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Bit of girth. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense, but people love to chat crap. Yeah, the fact is, we need another CM and we need a proper one. We need an out-and-out goal scorer that can bag 20 goals a season. Yeah, I'd take Kane in a heartbeat, take Ivan Toney in a heartbeat. But if we don't sign anyone between now and the rest of the window, everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, we've definitely upgraded. But we're going to look at the bench and it's the same bench. Literally. Smith Rowe can never stay fit. Fabio Vieira is just rubbish. Tomiyasu can never stay fit. Yeah, and for me, it's bang average anyway. Kieran Tierney can't ever get a game. And by the way, has been fit since last March. Hasn't had an injury since. But he can't get a game. Then you're going to look at Sambi Lokonga if he stays. These players, Jorginho, I mean, come on. Yeah, it's not inspiring me to go, oh, yes, I think we can win the league this season with that. And we see last season in certain games, I think it was Newcastle at home, we were 0-0. The manager just looked at the bench and didn't fancy any of them. I don't think he made a sub until right at the end. Yeah, so we need players that are top class players. When you look at Man City's bench, they well, I know he's gone now, but they have Mahrez on the bench. Yes, sometimes Grealish should be on the bench. Foden's on the bench. Yeah, yes, the striker stays the same for 60 minutes, and then Alvarez comes on. That's the difference. Where do you see their players all kicking off and their fan base going, oh, well, we can't sign him because where's he going to play? When's he going to get in the team? Let's sign some lesser players and get little bench fillers. No, they sign players to compete for them first team spots. Douglas Luiz ain't good enough to play for Arsenal. That's it. So why would we even look at him? I do think we are. I genuinely think we are looking at him, and I do think that if we are serious, we will get him. Why would he stay at Villa, with all due respect, when he could go and play for Arsenal? And even if it's only a bit part, he's still going to choose to do that rather than staying and being the main team at Aston Villa, in my opinion. Yeah, the money would probably be a bit more. Yeah, Aston Villa will get half decent fee. They've just bought Diaby, who, by the way, we were linked to for around 100 million quid, and they've just signed him for a fraction of that. Yeah, it's almost like half of these stories are BS, isn't it? Or it's almost like the agent of the player links him to Arsenal for 100 million just to get his name out there. Now other clubs go, oh, he's available. Let's see how much we can get him for. Yeah, it's mad. Transfer window's a joke. I've just said this on the other channel. It is crazy. Yeah, but Douglas Luiz, not good enough. Not for me. Shouldn't be anywhere near Arsenal. He is Aston Villa level. That's it. I want proper players, world-class players or world-class potential. Yeah, I want to see Caicedo at my club. Because now you can bin off Sambi Lokonga and you can go, right, we've got Caicedo, Jorginho, cool, whatever, Partey, and Declan Rice. That's now a decent 4 midfielders. Quality midfielders, all got different traits and different things that they're good or bad at. Yeah, but Douglas Luiz, what is he actually good at? Does anyone know? Because I ain't got a clue what he's good at. Yeah, and I watch pretty much most Premier League games. So, yeah, I've not seen anything that wows me and go, oh, my God, he's a player. Not for me. Don't think so. Now, anyway, maybe you do like Douglas Luiz. Maybe you do think that he will help Arsenal achieve something. leave it in the comment section down below. Obviously, there's quite a lot of stories doing the rounds about Man City and Vardy as well. So all the clickbait merchants at Football London have had a field day with that one. Yeah, Arsenal handed title boost. Well, because Man City ain't signed the player yet that they are going to sign. It's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. It's silly season. These journalists are an absolute disgrace. They're not even journalists. They're just storytellers. Yeah, and I could do a better storyline than half of them. But it is what it is, people. Make sure you are liking the video. Very close to 85k, as I said. Make sure you smash the like button. Do it for the algorithm. Share the content far and wide. Big up to everybody who's been dropping their super chats in as well. I do appreciate that. Get your comments in as well. And make sure you do go and check out the video on the other channel that I just did about Vardy. I think Arsenal play tomorrow as well, tomorrow evening against Manchester United. I won't be doing a watch along before anyone asks. I will be watching it. It's going to be interesting to see how we play after we slapped up the MLS All-Stars the other day. Some quality goals in that. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do against a better team, because let's be real with it, the MLS All-Stars was a pub team. So whilst it's great that we got 5 goals, 5 different scorers and all that, now let's see if we can do it against a better team. And we need to get the fitness levels up as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting watch tomorrow evening. I'm looking forward to that, to be fair. But anyway, we'll have a wonderful evening. I'm going to the pool. Adios.